So, hey, how's it going, people? Sorry, it's been a while. I tell you what, man, my goodness, life, man, just has a weird way of getting in the way of the fun things in life, you know? Between my job and other things, man, I haven't even ridden much. I sound like a dead horse when I say that, but so I got another video project, another YouTube channel that I'm working on. If you guys want to check it out, it'll be in the link below. It's really not anything to do with my ADV150, but it's just another project that I'm working on. I'm always doing something, right? But I thought, since I'm actually on vacation after the 4th of July, so I'm off that whole week. So that's going to be nice. I'll probably do a couple rides actually during that time, or maybe more. So I figured I'd get the old bike out and ride it today. It's just so hot around here in southern Ohio. I think today was going to get like I said, 91 degrees. Right now it's not that bad because it's only like maybe 8-9 o'clock in the morning, maybe 10, I don't know, but so it's before the sweltering stuff hits. So thought I'd go on a little ride, just kind of I won't talk the whole video, don't worry, but I just wanted to update everybody on my new YouTube channel. Check the link below. Like I said, it's actually pretty fun. It's something that I wanted to do for a long time. With the ADV150, this channel's not going anywhere, don't worry. But I wanted to do something where I actually have a bigger audience, because I'm getting these videos, pretty down pat. And with the ADV150, of course, it's a Moto B log, right? But it just doesn't have the audience for that, because not a lot of people. It's a unique combination. I mean, I only have 300 and something subscribers, and all those 300 something subscribers are actually other people that are, one, either interested in the ADV150, or two, have some type of scooter or motorbike, right? Or that's the only class of people that watch it. You're not going to have and if you are one of these people that don't have a motorbike and you just like my content, I'd love to know that in the comments. So why would you want to watch a video if you really have no interest in a motorbike? You know what I mean? So I was thinking about all that, since this channel is really blowing my mind as far as the watch hours and everything on this. It's over 4,000 watch hours already, and I don't have that many videos on my channel here. So I thought, well, if I could create something like a different channel, and any of you out there that are thinking about it, and I know you do because I was the same way, you got to create a channel that has a bigger audience, that would draw more people. So this is what my new channel is all about, and this one's not going away because I enjoy this one. This is my fun one where I can just get out there and randomly talk about anything and just ride my motorcycle, motorbike, I should say. So this is not going anywhere, don't worry. So if you have subscribed, that's fine. Like the ADV150 channel, Herminator Scott is my nickname, is not going to go anywhere. I'll continue to do this and ride as much as possible, but I think the intervals between my videos might, like this last time, might slack off a little bit, especially during the winter, but I'll find things to do. But anyway, sorry it's taken so long for me to actually do another video. Like I said, I just had a lot going on, and then also trying to get a different gig in my job. I've been with my company over 2 decades, so I'm trying to get a different gig at the company itself, which will be exciting. Actually, that's going to be more revolved around videos. So trying to actually land something, create kind of like something internally at my company where, and they really like my idea, but anyway, without getting in the detail, that's what I've been working on. So between work, personal life, weather, other YouTube channel, I haven't had a lot of chance to ride. So any of you out there that follow this channel, and if you're subscribers, let me know if you are going to create a channel, because I'd be real interested in checking out your channel as well if you have any type of motorbike, because I think it's a kind of a fun, close-knit group of people that kind of enjoy the same type of things. I know there's a few of you that have mentioned, at least in the comments, that you're going to do a channel, but haven't seen anything yet, unless I'm just missing it, because I do keep my eyes and ears open for that. But anyway, this is just a ride around my area. Again, I've not stretched my my limits too far yet. I still kind of keep it close to home, but I will, since I'm off this week coming up, I think I will do a longer ride, maybe to the lake or maybe down to the river. And what I'd like to do is actually drive around the city, right around the city, like the city of Cincinnati, Ohio, that I've not done yet on this thing. I think that would be pretty cool. So I'm going to take some back roads all the way down the city. I think probably from my house, getting down to the city of Cincinnati, I would say would probably take about 30 minutes, 30 to 35 minutes going down the back way, the back roads, because I will not get on the highway on this thing, especially 75 South that goes through the city of Cincinnati. No, thank you. That's like a madhouse. I'm not going to risk that. Probably be okay, and I see a lot of people on motorcycles on I-75, but yeah, I'm not going to do it. Not on this thing. So there's all kind of ways to get to the city through the back roads and things of that nature, so I'll probably do that. But I want to thank you guys that, who have subscribed to the channel. I'll get a new subscriber once in a blue moon, maybe once every couple weeks or so. I'll see a new subscriber pop up. So I know my videos are being seen out there, and I really do appreciate you guys watching the content, and I hope you find it valuable. And hey, it's kind of cool to see a channel grow like this, so thank you. And I do answer every single comment that I can. I'll have a comment here and there that's kind of just really doesn't warrant a response, but I'll acknowledge it, and I know you guys are out there. But if you have a direct question, I'll answer it. If you have just a random comment, cool, thank you, thumbs up. Oh, by the way, it takes a lot of time, as you know, and a lot of patience to create these videos. So if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up on the videos. It really helps the channel grow. And I know I sound like a dead horse when I say it. I don't really push my videos too much on people out there, but yeah, a thumbs up and a subscription would obviously help. And especially with the new channel, if you do like the new channel content, it's called Honeydew Scott. So I'll kind of give it away here, and you can follow the link in the bottom of the video. But I created this channel because, I'm married, right? And I have this honeydew list. Who doesn't? If you're a man out there or a woman, whoever your partner is, no big deal. You always have some list going on. So I thought, well, since I have a honeydew list, hey, I thought of a good idea to make a channel around it. So all these little honeydew projects that I have, from cleaning a vacuum to, putting a backsplash in the kitchen, why not create a video, and show how I do my honeydew list. I just did a U-turn there because these lights around me, I'll come back to the honeydew thing in a minute. But since I'm thinking about it, when you come up to a red light in a vehicle, you have the lines or the sensors in the pavement that sense a vehicle. I have not found that to work on the ADV150. So if I come up to a light, I don't trigger any sensor. So I'm sitting there, I've sat at lights where 3 rounds of traffic go through, and the light doesn't know I'm there. So I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'll just do a U-turn, or I'll just run it. I've run red lights, turn left on them because the ADV just does not trigger the light. It doesn't see it. I've tried to pull up to the line, above the line, the sensors on the pavement are usually the width of a vehicle. So, and they're hard to see. You don't know where they are under the pavement. But I've tried hanging to the right, to the left. My bike simply does not trigger a light. And apparently, where I live, they're all controlled by, most of them anyway, by sensors. So anyway, that's why I do U-turns sometimes, or I'll go a different way. And I try to strategically ride my bike, right, where I can always turn right so I don't get stuck at a light, because it just does never turn. Does any of you guys notice that when you're out riding your bike, that it doesn't trigger the traffic lights? That's maddening. So you gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, if as long as there's no cars coming, and you know, if a cop ever sees me, I'm gonna be straight up. I'll say, dude, what do you want me to do? Wait here 4 hours? I mean, it's never gonna trigger it. So I have to just be cautious and wait till there's no traffic and just go. I don't want to spend 4 hours of my afternoon waiting on a red light, you know, or a traffic light to turn green. That's ridiculous. So there's my little rant about that. But anyway, getting back to the honeydew list. Yeah, so I created this channel, and it's a lot of fun because I only have a few videos on there now, but I just did another one on how to clean a fuel injector. And it's pretty cool because I got to do these things anyway. So, right, why not? If I got this list of things to do, and nobody really likes to do a honeydew list, right? But I figure it'll get me the motivation to, one, not only do the project, but maybe help my channel grow and maybe turn it into a full-time gig one day. You know, might take 10 years, but hey, I'm in no rush. I got a day job and I enjoy it, so no big deal. So anyway, this is the city of Hamilton, which is a smaller city where we live near. But I do want to get down to the major city of Cincinnati, and I might actually do that this week. So probably not going to record the whole trip down to the city because I only have 2 batteries. And by the way, if you're doing a YouTube channel and you have a GoPro, get about a half a dozen batteries, because especially if you take any longer trips, you're going to burn through those probably in 45 minutes. Well, at least one in about 45 minutes. They just don't have the juice. So that's why my things don't really, my videos don't last too long. Hey, sorry about that. So apparently got a text on my phone. You probably heard it go off. Yeah, trying to do these videos, you know, there's always something going on in the background. So, but I don't really bother to edit a lot of things. I just let it flow. You know, why not? But yeah, I got a text, so I had to pause it for a minute. But nothing important. Anywho, again, this is the city of Hamilton, which is close to our home. It's a quaint little city. It's really changing, becoming more of a like a little quaint, chic little city. Got some apartments there on the left. These really cool little studio apartments. So it's starting to transition into like a, you know, like a young professionals type area. So these apartments probably, I don't know, go for $2,000 a month, I would say at least. But if I was a young professional, without a doubt, this would be like my cup of tea, because you got the amphitheater right there on the right. You got the apartments there. You got the city like right behind the apartments, and the river is right down here, like straight ahead, that you can't really see in the video. But to the right, there's an amphitheater that has concerts all the time. You can see the white things down there, and every conceivable restaurant that you can imagine is in this city right now, and it's even going to grow more. You got a brew house that I passed earlier. You got you know, just all these cool little restaurants, and the brew house is down here on the right. We've been there multiple times. So it's called Municipal Brew House. If you're ever in the area, check it out. It's right there on, I think I'm going to go past it. Yeah, it's right here on the left. This is an old municipal building, a government facility that they actually turned into a brew house. So that's pretty cool. And there's the Hamilton Monument straight ahead. So I'm actually going to go across the river here. And then this is kind of like where I'm heading now, is the west side of Hamilton, the older, smaller west side of Hamilton, that's starting to even transition itself into some pretty cool little restaurants, and it's kind of got a nice vibe about it. But anyway, I'll shut up for now. Enjoy the ride. I'll come back at you here a little bit later. So hey, I really like putting these videos together. The music scores, I hope you enjoy. I'm starting to investigate on a little better audio. I've know some of you made some comments before that in my videos that my music sucks. Well, you know, in this day and age when you don't want to pay for music, you have to be creative and find different ways to download music. So I found a really good one. It's called Audio Hero. Any of you guys that thinking about making a YouTube channel or want to make a YouTube channel, there's some tools, software tools you can do. So I like to share what I know. So I use this thing called TubeBuddy, which is, you might have heard of. That is a supplemental. TubeBuddy allows you to, you know, do some cool keyword searches and different things, and it's kind of more of a tool to use for increasing traffic to your videos and stuff. So TubeBuddy had a deal, and they work with Audio Hero. So I have a subscription to Audio Hero that was a free subscription through TubeBuddy, if that makes sense. So check it out if you do like that. And Audio Hero is pretty cool because you can pick the genre of music that you like. So I'm going to try to do a little bit better job of having some of my music scores a little more upbeat and just more modern than something like, I guess there's people that don't like jazz out there, for instance. So, you know, everybody's different. So I do try to put a lot of time and effort into making these videos somewhat entertaining to watch, because I know if you just watch a video of someone riding a bike, it gets a little old, at least to me. So it's kind of cool to kind of keep the audience engaged, and that's more difficult than you would think. So if any of you are trying to make a YouTube channel, do it, man. Do it. Go for it, because it's really, I'm going to do a U-turn here. Check it out. I don't care. I'm a rebel. But no, I didn't want to go that way because that's going to take me way out to the beaten path. So I just wanted to make this a shorter run, kind of more towards the little city of Hamilton, Ohio. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of fun putting these videos together. I used to do college recruitment videos for kids like over 2 decades ago, so I know a little bit about video editing, and the software that I use now is called Wondershare Filmora. It's called the Filmora software. Probably one of the best and easiest out there. So again, I just like to share information if you guys are interested in making your own channel. It's not that hard. It takes a little bit of time and patience, but really not that bad. So anyway, I hope you guys do appreciate the videos, because it does take a lot of time and effort. I think editing video is probably one of the most time-consuming things I've ever done in life. It just takes a lot of time, because you got to record the video, and then not so bad on the my little motorbike jaunts, because that's honestly, you just play it and you don't have to do much editing. But when I'm putting together the other channel, the Honeydew Scott channel, there's a lot more editing involved, so it takes time. But it's a fun little hobby for me, and right now it's just a hobby because, like I said, I do have a day job. I'm an IT help desk analyst, so I have a day job that I've been with my company, almost 25 years now. Done a little bit of everything at that company, and then I'm going to try to transition from the help desk, which I practically help run now, more into our internal video production guy. And that would be right down my alley, because that's what I do now in my spare time and for fun. So, you know, I'm real excited about that I might have an opportunity to do that, and that's what I'm working on now. So I'll give you guys an update if I do. But then, yes, I would be the in-house kind of video marketing production guy that can help my company grow. And since I already know how to do all this stuff through my YouTube channels and stuff, I told him, I said I'd be like an ideal, perfect fit. And then I can create a revenue stream that, you know, more in the business sector, the B2B, they call it, business to business sector. The videos will be, of course, a lot more professional, and you got to, you know, be careful when you put, you know, a major company out there, their voice. You have to do it in a strategic way, but that's what I'm working on. So more to come on that. But yeah, that'll be really cool. I won't probably be anything like I am now talking or anything. It's going to be more like for instructional content and educational content. So who knows? I mean, there's sky's the limit on something like that. But anyway, that's what I've been doing. And with that said, enjoy a little bit more of the ride, and we'll go from there.
You know there ain't another girl like her in the city. No, you know she looks so good, but she ain't so pretty.
Feel this way, but I'm the ride she's driving insane. And don't you know you oughta pump the brakes? I can't tell you why don't you let it go. I'm the line and finally I'ma let you know you're somewhere in between my lanes. Hey, you know there ain't another girl like her in the city. She ain't so pretty. I can't believe I rode so long with this whole time you riding me wrong. Don't you know you oughta take a risk, try your best, give it to me straight, and don't deny your reply. I don't wanna wait. We're at the end of the road. It's time to let go of everything. There ain't another girl like her in the city. No, no, you know she looks so good, but she ain't so pretty. So leave me alone before I end it up here on the phone with another reason to be held on land for a while. This is where I live. You don't have to speak. There's no room for goodbyes or desperate lies between the teeth. That's just how it goes. Everybody knows there's no room for your games and no remains. There ain't another girl like her in the city. Yeah, no, you know she looks so good, but she ain't so pretty. So leave me alone before I end it up here on the phone with another reason to be held on land for a while. There ain't another girl, ain't another girl, ain't another girl. There ain't another girl, ain't another girl, ain't another girl.
All right. So down here, I get to there's a little pet shop. It's like a puppy place, and it's very hard to see from the video, but here on the right, because of my GoPro camera, you can't really see it, but under that blue canopy, there's some animals, puppies. It's a puppy place, and they get their stuff all from reputable breeders. It's not puppy mills or anything. The lady that runs that place does a great job. Now the puppies aren't cheap, of course, but they're not, and a lot of people have mixed emotions on that. You know, I don't agree with the puppy mills, but this is not one of those type of places. I always recommend, if you can do it, rescue an animal, you know, and that may be our next animal. pretty much the animals that we've had. We did buy one dog from a reputable breeder out in Indiana. We had an Australian Shepherd, best dog in the world. But it's always nice to do a rescue animal if you can. We have a cat that basically like built a little home underneath our porch one day, and we didn't know what it was. We thought it was a possum or raccoon, or who knew what it was. Anyway, it turned out to be a little kitten, so I don't know where it came from. Anyway, now we have a cat, and she's been with us probably, oh my gosh, at least over 12 years. Great little cat, but it found us. In other words, we didn't find her, you know what I mean? So that's all we have right now, and then maybe we'll have another dog one day, but I'm really getting off on another subject. Sorry about that. Anyway, back to the ADV150. I had a comment recently where somebody was asking me how much I weigh, and well, no, how tall I was actually. I am about 5'7.5" if I stand up straight, so I'm not a tall guy. I think it was the video where I did the maneuverability, where they were asking me, can my feet touch the ground? Now I know I've covered this in another video, but honestly, not everybody watches all my videos, and I understand that. But pretty much any question that you leave me, I have answered somewhere in my other video. So watch my other videos. But anyway, nobody has time for that. I understand it. But yeah, I'm about 5'7". So if I sit on the seat, I cannot put my feet flat on the ground. I have to tiptoe a little bit. And that's okay, but I still have, great balance. It's not like I'm threatening to tip over or anything. Now, if I come to a red light and I stop for a short amount of time, I'll usually put one foot, I'll lean the bike over where I could stand flat-footed at least on one foot, and I prefer to do that on my left foot. So I'll come to a red light if I'm going to wait forever, like I do in the Cincinnati area here in the city of Hamilton. I'm not exaggerating. Oh my goodness, sometimes the lights are like 5 minutes long. So I'll just, rest on one foot, kind of lean over, and there you go, and wait it out. But anyway, yeah, I have to tippy toe a little bit because the shorter inseam. So anyway, there's the answer to that, whoever had the question on that. Thanks for chiming in and leaving and that was on the maneuverability, like I said, video, asking me that I failed to mention, how tall I was. Well, yeah, I did in that particular video, but I've mentioned it, I think, numerous times in other videos. So with that said, appreciate all the comments, whether I've answered them before or not. So keep them coming. But yeah, so I'm going to get back to some music here and think of some other things to say and be back shortly.
After all I've done, after all I've done, do you love me now? Do you love me now? After all I've said, running through your head, do you love me now? Do you love me now? And if I told you
So yeah, just keep the comments coming. Like I said, I try to answer, when I do my videos, I try to remember everything that I can to kind of pass along with this ADV150. But I don't even think I have 1,000 miles on this thing yet, believe it or not. It's pretty sad. But like I said, that's how busy I am in life. So maybe my purchase was a little bit too premature. I probably, but going into it, I needed the stress relief, so it wasn't a bad thing. But this week I'm going to ride a lot more, and I have a whole week to do that. So what am I doing? Well, I'm sitting in my basement right now doing audio tracks for my videos instead of enjoying the nice day out there. I should keep this for the evening, right? But man, I tell you what, I get so tired at night. Shit, by 10 o'clock, I am ready for bed. Now, if I could stay up and stay up till 3 in the morning, I could get a lot more accomplished. But just getting old, man, that's what happens when you get up there. I'm 53 now, 52 or 53. Gosh, need a calculator. So I can't hang with the young whippersnappers anymore. And I know I have an audience out there that are kind of a more mature audience than that watch and follow my videos. So I appreciate that. So you know what I'm talking about. You're probably sitting there nodding right now. Yep, I feel you, man. 10 o'clock, I'm ready to, lights out, man. I'm ready for bed. But I do get up early. No one cares. But I do get up at like 6:30 almost every morning. So this girl on the bike didn't even see me, but that's okay. You got to watch out with these little scooters because they're so quiet that nobody hears you. And there's people that's a lot of occasions almost walked right out in front of me and not even heard me. Especially with the mufflers pointing behind me, you don't have that sound coming. So be careful on this thing, or any scooter, I should say. But let me know. What kind of questions do you have for me now that you've seen a lot of my videos with this motorbike? What have I left out, or what questions would you like me to cover? I'm just curious because I try to honestly do a good job for you guys, and I try to answer and think of all the questions that someone might have. But when I was researching this, and I was watching all these videos about the PCX 150, the PCX, which is basically the cousin of the ADV. The ADV is basically the same engine, the 150cc. It's just a different aesthetics, and it doesn't have the back suspension. I'm talking about the PCX, which is also an awesome machine. I was, like I said this in another video, that my heart was set on a PCX, like a 2020 PCX. Just couldn't find them. This was the craze when everybody wanted a scooter, and they weren't out there, so that's why I had to choose the ADV 150. But actually, I'm happy with the choice. After I saw one in person, I really did like it a little better than the PCX because I do like the visual of it. And not that I'm ever going to take it off the beaten path, or take it off-roading or jumping any hills with it. I have no desire to do that. But I think it looks more like a actual motorcycle than like the PCX would. But don't get me wrong, the PCX is a great machine, and I wanted one for a long time. But things work out for a reason. So maybe one day I will take this off the beaten path, and I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Maybe I will take this off the beaten path and get on some dirt roads, and if I ever do, I'm going to surely make a video about it. You know me. But anyway, yeah. What questions do you have? Like I said, I got about 1,000 miles on it now. I did one oil change about, I would say at the 600 mile mark, I did my first oil change. And that's about really the only maintenance I put into this thing. So it gets about 100 miles to a gallon. I haven't really clocked it. I'm not that OCD about it because I really don't care. I mean, I know I didn't buy it for that purpose, but I know it gets about 100 miles a gallon, I would say, on average, or more. Some people I've heard get 120 miles a gallon. Depends how aggressive you ride this thing. Now, I like to ride it pretty aggressive because, but at least getting up to the speed, I full throttle this thing to get up to the speed that I want, and then I back off. So and that's how I drive too. When I drive a vehicle, I like to just get up to the speed as quick as possible, and then I can relax and chill. But I'm not one of these people that take 3 miles to get up to the speed. I follow those Farmer Johns. I'm talking like, come on, put your foot on the pedal, dude. At least get up to 40 a little quicker. But no, I like to take off fast on this thing. Not so much in curves like this, but in general. And then once I get up to the speed limit, 35, 45, whatever, then I like to cruise. So, yep, leave your comments. Let me know what you want to, I can do a video on anything. I will do the video on the next oil change that I do, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a while the way I ride, but maybe I'll ride it more this summer. But I think I'm going to change the oil at least every season or every other season. And since I don't ride that often, I don't think it's a huge deal. But really, you have two factors when you change oil: time and mileage, right? So even though you don't ride much, it's always a good idea to change the oil. And it's so inexpensive to do things. My goodness, if you want to just change the oil in this thing, it probably cost you like $10 or less. I don't even know. I forget what the liter of oil that I bought was. It's not that expensive. And there's no filter. You just clean it out. It's like a little, I'll show you on the next one. It's a little like metal filter that you just basically clean out. And I did find a little metal shaving in it, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, I think I'll go ahead and end the video here shortly. I'm kind of running out of things to say, and it's been like over 40 minutes, so thanks for bearing with me. But play a little bit more music for you guys, and just make sure to subscribe, thumbs up, because it takes a lot of effort to put these things together. So I'd appreciate a thumbs up on the video, and leave your comments, and you guys have a good one. I'm gonna get a video together real soon. I'm gonna ride more this week, like I said, since I'm off. And then stay tuned, but I will be back with some more content as soon as I can. You guys take care now.